welcome. Uh, I want us to discuss today or to do a presentation on gratitude, and we want to see what is gratitude, and what are some of the characters of gratitude, the impacts of gratitude, and then we see how it can help us maybe on our daily basis. Before I can proceed, first and foremost, I need to do an introduction. Nyanja Posha Protest. I want to take you through this presentation. And as I've said, the topic of today is on what we call gratitude. First and foremost, we need to understand what is gratitude, or maybe when somebody is talking about gratitude, what does that person mean? Gratitude, as I can put it on a simple way, gratitude is just a feeling of thankfulness, as well as a readiness to show appreciation and maybe a return of kindness. That is what I can say as a simple definition or a simple understanding of gratitude is. As you understand, when we talk about this gratitude, sometimes there are some questions. There is a particular question if we are being asked, what are you grateful of in your life? Mostly you get that we as human beings, some of the things that comes into our mind when somebody asks us about what we are grateful of, some of them are things like my family, my friend or friends, my health, and maybe my home. Those are some of the things that comes into our mind when it comes to when we are being asked what are some of the things that we are grateful of. And but in real life, there are some of the things that we usually ignore. I don't know whether it's to ignore or is to forget. That we can talk about we are grateful of. And this thing is what we are calling education. And most so through this presentation of mine, I'm going to do a presentation. It will major mostly on the side of education. Now, when that question is being asked again, you may get that most of the people cannot answer or cannot make reference to the education. That education is one of the things that they need to appreciate in their life. Because this education started a long time ago. It started since the time we were born. Remember, we human beings, you are born without knowing. The only thing you knew is just crying. We were not at a position of expressing ourselves, but we were taken through teachings by our mothers, and also even our Sabbath school teachers. While you were born, you were just crying as a means of communication that your situation is not good, or you are just to show just a smile as the only means of communication that things are well. But there are some other things we were not at a position of expressing ourselves. We had no language, we had no way we were to communicate. Sorry, maybe to express ourselves. But our mothers took us through some classes. They taught us on how even to call mom, how to call dad. That is part of education we are talking about that we as human beings we don't appreciate. Therefore, you were taken through that. Then after that, you were taken to a Sabbath school. and then you are taught some of the things, spiritual teachings. Therefore, that's also part of education that we need to appreciate. So that's why I'm trying to say, many people when asked such a question again, that what are you grateful of? You just realize they're just talking about my family, my friend, my health, and my home. But they don't remember that there is what we call education. Education is something that we need to also recognize, to appreciate in our daily life. Because without that education, we were not to be here where we are. Education from our mothers, education from our parents, education from our teachers. We need to recognize it. It is something that also we need to remember and we appreciate, or we say we are grateful of. So in reality, you will come to realize that expressing gratitude towards education can actually have a major impact in our lives, also even to those learners or to the students. Their learning outcomes may do what? May change, or is going to increase. Their outcomes are going to be affected. Therefore, we should also remember to appreciate the education. But again, apart from education, I've come to realize that there are some of the things we ignore to appreciate in our lives. And this thing is maybe something like there are those small moments of joy, the small moments of joy that we usually have. Like, for example, when the sun is setting, there is a moment of joy. So we need to understand how we should appreciate these small moments of joy. There is that moment of joy when you see a child is what? Laughter as a family member. You see one of the family member having a laughter. Yeah. Coming from work and get your kids, you get these children are very happy. They are showing you some kind of appreciation. We need to appreciate that. There are some people in the family are experiencing a lot. Children are not having good health, but you come, you have realized that your child, your family is having good health. Therefore, we should have to understand and realize that we need to appreciate that particular moment. That moment is of great importance. So we should appreciate that. Even there is this thing we talk about, receiving a hug. A hug is something that needs to be appreciated. We should not ignore when somebody hugs you. That is showing what? An agape love for you. Maybe from a friend or from a family member. That is something that we need to appreciate. Therefore, it means that appreciating some of these small moments is good, but most of the time we just keep on ignoring them. Why are we ignoring those moments? They need to be appreciated. Therefore, I want to make an appeal to you today that let's make an effort each and every day to appreciate the little things that comes into our life. Why am I saying so? These little things can add up in time, and you get that they have a tremendous effect in our lives. So, taking the time to enjoy small moments can give somebody a peace of mind. Remember, when having a peace of mind, that is something that you need to understand that is very great unto somebody's health, both mentally and physically, and it can help you to live a more blessed life. Having a moment of joy is just a blessing to a person. That is a blessing. Therefore, we should not ignore that particular moment. Even biblically speaking, we can get that there are some even Bible verses that are encouraging us. We get encouragement from the Bible that are showing us that we need to appreciate what is available, what are the moments we are having. For example, if you go through the book of Luke chapter 16, verse 10 there, you will get that there's giving us an encouragement that says, take care of the little things so that you can be trusted with much. If you take care of the little things that you have, and appreciate. Taking care of the little things is just appreciating the little that you have. Therefore, taking care of that, it is a show of gratitude of that little you have. And if you take care of it, then automatically you will be entrusted with much. You will be given more. Therefore, that's an encouragement. Even again, if you check somewhere in the book of Psalm, also it has an encouragement from there, which says, praise the Lord with your whole heart, and show the and you have to show forth your marvelous work. Therefore, we are being encouraged that let whatever that we do, let's do it wholeheartedly. Let's do it wholeheartedly, such that doing it wholeheartedly, it means that you are appreciating what you are doing or what you have. Therefore, I'm trying to encourage and I'm trying to say that let us be encouraged such that we can know what are we required to do or what we are expected to do. Those are not the only facets. Look at, even if you go through the Bible somewhere in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 18. In that case again, it gives us some kind of encouragement, which says that for everything that is available to you, maybe give thanks. Giving thanks, yeah, giving thanks for what is available. That is appreciating. You have to appreciate what is available. You should not be mingling looking for much. No, let's first of all give thanks to what is available. Let's first appreciate what is available, because it is the will of God. It is the will of God that what is available is for us. Therefore, we need to appreciate that. If you check again in the Psalmist 106, around 1 and 1, maybe 118 there, around 1, also it gives an appreciation. And it gives us an encouragement that wherever we are doing an appreciation, wherever we are giving thanks, that is service to God. So let's not do it that it is we are doing it for us or for another human. We are not doing it for human purpose, but we are doing what we call serving God. Therefore, doing an appreciation is just serving God. For He is good, and I'm very sure His mercy will do what? Endure forever. So can we be encouraged? Can we get that motivation that getting an appreciation or appreciating something is something that is of great importance? Feeling grateful is something that will help or even motivate to help others. When people feel grateful, it just increases the amount of the amount they are able to trust even strangers or individuals that they are not familiar with. Because according to a social psychologist, that is Sarah Agron, she's a social psychologist, said very well that having the issue of this gratitude or this appreciation is a key player in forming a close relationship with others. Yeah, gratitude, appreciation, giving thanks is just the key relationship, is the key for forming close relationship with others. Because emotions of gratitude allows us to identify who we are going to help and who has helped us in the past, such that we can help them in the future. Therefore, this is a great encouragement. This is a social psychologist who is saying so, that gratitude is the major key to forming of close relationship. So can we help and understand how we are going to use this gratitude to help us in future? Now, maybe somebody may ask, why are we appreciating? Why are we appreciating? Or why are we showing gratitude? To show gratitude has got a very huge meaning. It has a very great impact. Even from the verses in the Bible, they have clearly told us that we must need to give thanks We must need to appreciate for the little things we have. So when somebody is asking, show of gratitude has got what? What does that one indicate? Or maybe if I may ask, what are some of the characters of appreciation or some of the characters of gratitude? When somebody shows you an appreciation, it is a proof of kindness or generosity towards the person whom you are appreciating. When you appreciate somebody, that is a show, that is an indication of kindness. It is an indication or it's a show that there is a lot of generosity towards that person because of whatever that he or she has done. When you read in the book of Psalms, chapter 92, 1 verses 2 there, it encourages us very well. Yeah, it is good to show or give thanks to the Lord. Yes, it is good to show or give thanks to the Lord. So therefore, when we are appreciating somebody, it is good for us to do that. It shows the kindness. Remember, kindness is just one of the fruits of the Holy Spirit there, if I'm not wrong. Therefore, let's show thanks and give thanks to the Lord. And it keeps on by saying that, and sing praises into his name or into thy name, to show his loving kindness in the morning and his faithfulness in every night. That is when you read across those lines in the Psalm somewhere there, chapter 92. So give a person what he or she deserves. This is because kind people says thank you. Kind people says thank you. So let's give a person what he or she does what? Deserves. So when you appreciate somebody or show gratitude for something, it is just a proof of kindness or just a show of generosity towards the person you are appreciating. So we as human beings, we need to show that. We need to encourage other people to do that. Also, I can say when somebody shows gratitude, it is just a proof of gratefulness. Yeah, gratefulness. It is a show of that person has got a heart that does not take things for granted. When you show somebody a gratitude or when you appreciate somebody, that means that your heart is not taking things for granted. It is the heart, you have that heart that does not think. It's right to have that service. So it just show of that whatever that has happened for you, it is of great importance. It is not a joke. It was not your right to be given the service that has been offered. So to be good enough is just to show a gratitude. It's just to appreciate. And by just appreciating like that, it shows that, or it proves that there is gratefulness in you. Also, I can say that when somebody appreciates or give an appreciation, it is a proof of humility. It just a proof of humility. Or I can say humbleness is a proof of humbleness. It's a proof that you had no pride. To be humble enough to know what has happened, you did not do it. What has happened, you did not do what? Do it. If I say, for example, you are a student, you did not know on how to calculate a problem in mathematics, a problem in physics, a problem in biology, a problem in chemistry, a problem in any subject. But you got somebody who has taken you through and you've understood how to solve that problem. So what do you have to do? You need to appreciate. You need to show that humility. You need to prove your humbleness. You need to show that you don't have any pride. You have received this thing humbly. You have not forced things to happen. You have just humbled yourself. Remember, if you just humble yourself, things will be good. Humble yourself before thy Lord and leave everything to Him. They usually say humble people are profusely grateful. Humble people are profusely grateful. That is a proof that humility is not stupidity. Humility is not stupidity. And if humility is not stupidity, then wise people are humble. And arrogant people are stupid. Therefore, it means that if you are arrogant, then you are stupid. And if you are humble, then you are wise. For they have said, humble people are profusely grateful. And this stupidity, it will close or block several doors in your life. It will close everything. It will make you to miss several opportunities. Therefore, it's my encouragement that let's try to be humble. And to be humble, it means that we are trying to show humility. We are trying to show that we don't want to show the pride. Let's do things the way they are. So when somebody shows gratitude, it's a proof of humility. It's just a show of humbleness. It's just a show of lack of pride. We have been told arrogance, which translates to stupidity, closes several doors. Like now, for example, you as a student, you are always arrogant to your teacher. When the teacher is giving you instructions to follow, you don't want to follow the instruction. He's trying to teach you in class. You are always arrogant. You are always, you don't want to change. You don't want to reason to what the teacher is saying. He's always teaching in class. But here comes a point where you want to do a consultation from that same teacher, that whom you've mistreated in your class, of whom you've not shown your humility, of whom you've not shown your humbleness. You've just shown the pride by even saying that the teacher doesn't know how to teach. Then you've come for consultation. Do you expect the teacher to help you? When the teacher sees you coming, automatically the teacher changes the direction. Therefore, that door is closed. Therefore, that's why we are saying arrogance or stupidity closes several doors of opportunities. So can we be humble? Can we be those people who shows humility, who proves humility? Let's appreciate other people's work. Maybe again I can say, when somebody has given an appreciation or has shown gratitude for somebody, it is a proof of helplessness. Helplessness. Doing something for others can stem a feeling of helplessness. Feeling unqualified if it is not being done for you. If you are not helped, you feel unqualified. You had no power, but because of somebody's work, now you feel you are that person who qualifies too. You are that person who deserves now what you did not deserve. So when somebody shows an appreciation or show a gratitude over something that has been done for him or her, it is a proof of helplessness. I had no power, but because of you, now I have the power. I was unqualified, but now I am qualified. This reminds me of a story in the Bible, a story of the Levites. The Levites were the one taking care of the ark of the covenant in the Bible. That is somewhere First Chronicles chapter 15. If you read from around from above, but mostly let's look at around 26. You realize that the Levites offered a sacrifice to God, 7 bulls and 7 lambs. And they did a sacrifice for God because it is God who helped them to win. It is God who took care of them. So they have it is a proof that without God, these Levites were not to succeed. But he intervened and they won. Therefore, they had no power. But because of his intervention, they have won. So they have given him an appreciation. They have offered a sacrifice of 7 bulls and 7 lambs. So who are we who should not appreciate other people's work? This is a proof that there is a proof of helplessness. God has helped them. It is not them who did it. It's a proof of helplessness. So let's be encouraged to show gratitude. The proof, this show of gratitude or appreciating other people's work, again I can say it is a proof of honesty. It's a proof of honesty. You are being honest enough that this is not what you did. Be honest enough to appreciate those who have helped you. Let's appreciate those people who have helped us. Let's stop being fake. Why am I saying stop being fake? It is because fake people cannot say thank you. Hello? Fake people cannot say thank you. People are taking the glory that is not theirs. You start celebrating even before you appreciate the one who has helped you to win the victory. You start celebrating, you start showing the pride that it is you. Yet, there is somebody somewhere whom you are not recognizing. So can we recognize these people who have helped us to gain our victory? Let us stop celebrating the glory that is not ours. First of all, let's celebrate those who helped us, such that we can celebrate together for this glory of today. Therefore, when you appreciate somebody for his work, it is a proof of honesty. It's a proof of honesty. Also, I want to say that when somebody shows gratitude, it's a proof of reliability and dependability, or being dependable. It's a proof of dependable reliability. Once you have been helped, let's be ready to come back to give an appreciation or to say thank you. So when you come back to say thank you, it is a proof that you are reliable. You can be left with some things and you take the responsibility. You are a responsible person. You are a dependable person who can remember that this, whatever that has happened, it is not for me. So I must go back and say thank you. So let's be ready to come back and say thank you or give an appreciation. This again reminds me of a story in the Bible of the 10 lepers where Jesus was moving or going to Jerusalem. They passed through a particular village. And at a distance, there were 10 lepers who were loudly crying. They needed help. Then Jesus saw them, let them go to their priests, and they were cleansed. Do you know what happened next? Out of the 10, it is only one leper. It is only one leper who were, out of the 10 who were cleansed, only one leper who came back to Jesus to say thank you. All other 10, they vanished and went away. And even Jesus asked, were they not 10? Those who were cleansed, were they not 10? Where are the 9? So it means the 9 were nowhere to be seen. They were not dependable. They were not even available to prove that it is him who has helped them. They just dashed, they were cleansed and dashed away. Only one came back. This one that has come back to say thank you to Jesus, it is a clear proof of reliability. It's a clear proof of somebody who is dependable. It is a clear proof to other people that even Jesus himself is dependable. So when you come back to appreciate, it is a confirmatory that this person is dependable. This person is reliable. Whatever this person is going to say, let's rely on it. It can even encourage him to do more. So I want to give it to you that let's try to practice this. Let's try to appreciate. When good happen to us or to you, let's go back and say thank you to whoever who has just helped us. So I want to say thank you for your time. I want to stop at this juncture and call it part 1 of gratitude. Let's meet next on the second part of gratitude. That is the impacts of gratitude in our lives and even in our students. We want to see what are the effects. When you are doing this appreciation, when you are giving this gratitude, what are the impacts to you as a person, even to the large society? And the more so we measure it into our students. I was your presenter, Portia Onyanja Protas. Let's meet in part 2 of gratitude and the impacts of gratitude. Have a nice moment.